Jonah with Fountain of Youth. Here we go, take 12. I've been here for about 30 minutes trying to record this, and I'm freezing, and I keep messing it up and dropping the phone and like getting snow in my brain. So let's do this. 2 announcements. I'm coming out with 2 products here, a fitness line, nutrition line, and then a program to help you become who you want to be. And those will be coming out here. I'm in the brainstorming stages, so somewhat eventually, couple months or so. But they are coming, so I want to set that expectation, so get ready. Now, let's jump into our video. The topic of today is creativity, the second segment in our Seeds of Greatness series. Creativity, why do we need it? Oh, drop the book. Creativity, why do we need it? Well, let's think about the left and right sides of our brains, okay? The left side controls creativity, subconscious, all of these good things, emotions. It's non-verbal, so it's not where you process your communication. It's my favorite side. It's the artistic side of our brain. And then we have the right side, the analytical processing, the language processing, all of that stuff, which is very important as well. That's all on the right side. So why do we need creativity? Basically, most people are extremely right side oriented. This is kind of why most people are right-handed and not left-handed. It also is why a lot of people overthink everything, because they can't just go with their gut and do what they know is right, or left, if you want to put it like that. So why then? Why develop this left side so you cannot be as neurotic, which is basically overthinking, which can cause a lot of sadness and depression, things of that nature, which we don't want at all. All right, we're not doing a take 13, guys. No way. Let's get this done. So, basically, that is why we need creativity. We will die without it because we can't create, and without being able to create, we can't give, and without giving, everything would be screwed up and we'd all just die immediately. So, how can we develop creativity? It's a good question. And I think we should ask Mr. Dennis Waitley that question. Okay, Mr. Dennis Waitley. What does he have to say about this? How, Dennis? How can we create our creativity? How can we create without the creativity? We can't. So here's some external stimulus to help you along your path. Here are a few characteristics of creative individuals. They're optimistic about the future. They have constructive discontent with the status quo. All right, here we go, guys. Fixing the phone. What creative discontent is they're not happy with where they are, in the form of they know that they can achieve better, but at the same time, they are happy because they know that because they get something or achieve something, their life's not going to be intrinsically better all of a sudden. It's the process, not the journey. They're highly curious and observant. They're open to alternatives, daydreamers, adventurous. They have multiple interests. They have the ability to recognize and break bad habits. For me, this is so important. I can't tell you guys how many bad habits I've broken through my 20 years on this earth. It's almost unbelievable, the evolutionary processes I've gone through. And I'm sure most of you as well. They're independent thinkers, and they are whole-brained, which, as we discussed with the right and left sides, they utilize both. That's the ideal here. You don't want to be too far right because you'll be neurotic and what's going on? Why is that person looking at me? And then you just become the grumpy person who works at Walmart for their whole life, right? And if you're too far on the left side, you become the forest person that never leaves the forest because society is evil, right? So be a whole brain thinker, and allow yourself to flourish. Oh, how do you tell if you're right or left brain dominant? Ask yourself these questions. Is your workspace neat and orderly? If it is, that's right side. Do you prefer to complete one task before starting another? If the answer is yes, that's right side. Do you like to talk things out at the time they occur? If no, you're right side. Do you like many varieties of foods, vegetables? It doesn't say vegetables. It says foods, desserts, restaurants, and do you eat at a variety of times? If the answer is yes, you're left side. Do you usually watch TV at specific times and prefer a routine of certain programs? If the answer is yes, you're more right-sided in that regard. Are your weekends full of new activities and rarely the same? The answer is no. You're right. Right-sided. Do you enjoy art, soft music, and jigsaw puzzles? Now, this book was written in 1970 or something along those lines. So, many of us probably don't do the jigsaw puzzles, but what about music and art? The answer is yes. That's left side indicator. Oh, pause. Okay, we're back. So, next step on building creativity. Visualize yourself in the present. So don't be always projecting into the future, which is an awesome thing. It is extremely, we're the only being on the planet that can project themselves into the future rather than living right now and in the past. But don't always be doing that. Live in the present, not the future or the past. When you live in the past, you're going to be stuck on lots of negative experiences or thinking, oh man, those were the good old days. But guess what? Right now is the good old days. Ooh. Don't scold or berate yourself in the self-talk. Be positive, be optimistic. You'll develop creativity this way. Recognize and approach problems creatively by viewing all problems as situations needing improvement, temporary inconveniences, and opportunities to grow. If you think about that, that is extremely optimistic thinking, and optimism is the foundation for creativity. Dropped my book again. I'll pick it up later. Okay. Field test your ideas. Don't be stuck in your head. Actually go do things, start things, create things. Doesn't matter if you mess it up, just like it doesn't matter if I'm messing this video up right now, because I'll put out more and I'll become more experienced that way. It's just creativity. It is what it is. Create it. Let it happen. Okay. Take out time to enjoy life. Go on these paths. Go do whatever it is you enjoy. So important for every single person. So many people are just stuck, always working, always going to school, always being lame. Go have fun, hang out with people, enjoy yourself, right? I'm sure most of you can relate. Always going to school or working or both and never leaving any time for yourself. I'm going to go get a massage today, and I'm going to enjoy that massage, and then I'm going to go get some great food and hang out with some people, because that's what I like to do. So do what you like to do, and you will it'll flow through you. All types of creativity and optimism and happiness. Next up, boom, next page. We adults need to explore the wonderful, right-brained world of the creative within. Do it. How do you fantasize and imagine your own success? Or rather, not how do you, but do you at all? Ask yourself these questions right here. Right now, just do it. Do you ever encourage or criticize yourself in the self-talk? Have you made up a brief statement of affirmation to use when your self-talk becomes negative? Have you? If not, do it. I'm dying. It's so cold I can't even talk correctly. Oh. Do you replay or rehash past failures? And are they more vivid in your replay than your successes? Now think about this one here. Oh, I just dropped the entire book. I'm all over the place. So do you ever do this? And I'm sure you can relate, because I used to do this. I used to think, and things would pop into my brain that I wasn't happy with, like I said something weird or something at some point, right? And it would pop into my head and it would just replay, and I'd get like that feeling that I got in that exact moment when the bad thing happened, and it could replay in my brain. Don't allow that to happen to you. That one sucks. I mean, just straight honesty here, that is not good at all. So think about it. Has that happened to you? And if you try to think about your successes, is it as vivid? And chances are it's not. So you want to start being more optimistic. Da-da. Ooh, do you replay or reinforce past successes? So basically the same question as previously, but flipped around. Does that happen with successes? If not, start doing it on purpose by recording your own voice, talking about all the great things you can achieve and all the great things you have already achieved. Do you see yourself as a real winner in life? That's a vitally important one. Whoa, okay. Winners and losers. There's two categories of people. The winners are the people who believe that they're winners, and the losers are people who believe that they're losers. And that's the truth of it. Winners are willing to fail 1,000,001 times. Losers will try, maybe, and if they fail once, then they will quit because they're like, I'm a loser. But winners, they say, oh, I failed. Well, that was a really great learning experience. Let's try again. Okay? I have been a loser. I've been that guy who's like, oh, screw it. I'm done. I quit. And I'm sure everybody has been a loser in their life at some point. It's a matter of changing it. This video is getting a little long, so the last question here is, how often do you relax and let your thoughts soar? So basically, the takeaway here today is be optimistic to let creativity flow through you. Start doing these things today and enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Go do something fun. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye-bye now.